So one of the cool things about doing this podcast is doing research that I can share with people, but that I really want to know myself. So getting to know psychokinesis, telekinesis a little bit more, putting my attention to it like I've never had before. Like I said, I haven't been enticed to try this soul ability quite yet. And prior to doing the research, I'm skeptical. I'm still skeptical of this soul ability, but I am open to its possibility. If this is a true thing, if this is for real, I want to experience it. I want it to be a part of my truth, whether it is or isn't a thing. Frankly, I don't think it could ever not be a thing, but moving along. So I watched some videos I have in my blog, and I've become much more intrigued to try out and develop this skill, especially since I see one exercise that passes some of my skeptic checklist items, which is just a common sense approach in which it seems plausible. I'm a big Mythbusters fan. You know how after they do a myth, it's either busted or plausible or fact or true or whatever. That's exactly what comes in my head when I come across these soul abilities. Is that plausible? But as I rolled through my head of my experiences, I noticed an interesting difference that this soul ability presents that I've yet to really conceptualize. And that is a theory that I have experienced, such as precognition or mediumship, telepathy. They're all psychic experiences that I can now view as interpretive ability experiences. What does that mean? That means I'm decoding incoming messaging with my soul abilities. And I've experienced my soul abilities as simply a receiver. I'm taking in the information. Now, what's interesting about psychokinesis or telekinesis that I'm conceptualizing here, that I'm trying to make sense of, it seems to be a different way of utilizing your soul abilities in that it's sending psychic message or psychic energy. And this same concept would go along with psychic healing or energy healing, Reiki, in which you're putting the effort into making an effect on something else, like a physical thing. So I'm so used to taking in, being the receptor, but I guess I haven't ventured in that area of sending it out. You know what I mean? I'm taking what's being sent out, but being the one to send it out. Quite interesting. Never thought about it like that. So it's growing my understanding, my concepts here as possibility in this crazy world. But I do practice energy sending during meditations, and maybe this is a step in the right direction to develop psychokinesis. And you can witness that in one of the meditations, the guided meditations that I have on my vlog. It is a part of this blog post as well, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it is interesting getting to know the soul abilities, even if I do not have experience in them, because I've become more aware of how my skills work, gaining insight into concepts that I'd never considered before, and developing theories to test. It's always humbling to be shown how much more is out there in this world, because it's really hard to see the scope of possibility. It really is, until you experience things. And then there's no visual component or books or, there's nothing you can flip through that says this is all the things with soul abilities. Now you got to experience it, and you got to open yourself to possibility, just like I am with this psychokinesis stuff. But it is interesting to get to know the soul abilities, even if I have not experienced this one in particular, because I'm becoming more aware of how my skills work, gaining insight into concepts that I'd never considered before, developing theories to test. It's always interesting to discover something new that can add to a world of understanding. So it's daunting. You'll never be done learning, and this is a concept you got to get used to when it comes to getting familiar with your soul abilities and understanding the breadth and depth of what you got.